we're in the study, so what we do is we flip it immediately because we're there, and the door to our study has vanished. Okay, so clue tokens. Again, we have a 2 with a hat. So in this location, there is 2 clues. To investigate this location would require a 2 lore, a skill check of 2 lore. Lore being the book value there. So investigators with a higher lore can investigate and gain clues easier. So what we do is we take our 5 cards from our deck for our first hand. And if you draw a treachery card on your first hand, you can bin the treachery card off and swap it. So I think I'm going to keep all of these cards. Guard dog, mind over matter, emergency call. So we're going to keep these for the time being, and I will shuffle in the treachery card into the deck and draw a new one. Okay, it's a barricade, so we'll shuffle our draw pile because we drew the treachery. You can actually mulligan your hand as well if you don't like anything in it, but for the time being we just play with what we drew. Okay, so what have we drawn? Basically, this first round where we haven't got any creatures and investigating is fairly easy. You kind of need to set yourself up by placing assets in front of you. I didn't draw any assets, I'm not particularly worried. I've got an ally, a guard dog asset. Oops, I forgot my 5 tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so here we go. Each player starts their hands with 5 supply, resource, basically. It's called supply in the game. They're resource tokens, it's supply, whatever. You have slots, so as you're an investigator, you can carry things. So for example, this is an ally slot. You're allowed 1 ally in your actual your play area. So if I drew another card with this one, I couldn't play it until I got rid of this ally itself. On your action, on your go, you can draw a card. You can play an event or an asset card from your hand. You can activate an ability. We'll go through that when it comes up. You can move, which you can't move anywhere because I'm only in the study. You can fight or engage an enemy. You can attempt to invade an enemy, and there's free actions that can be available to you as well. So they will come up. So basically, round sequence, mythos phase doesn't happen on the first round. Investigation phase. So we take a turn performing 3 actions. So I think the first thing we do is we will play guard dog. So that costs us 3 resource. So guard dog is an ally of ours, is an asset, and it's played in front of us. The dog has an ability that doesn't cost an action. So basically, when an enemy attacks us, it deals damage to the guard dog instead, and we can deal 1 damage to the attacking enemy. So basically, the dog takes the hit, and it can do damage back. It's got 3 health points and one sanity point on there. So that's our first action. We played the card. The second action is I will draw a card. We have unexpected courage, maximum 1. So unexpected courage is a random skill card that we can play during an action. It does cost an action to play though, I believe. Yeah, we can commit it. So a skill card is what we can do whilst we're taking a test. For our last action, we will try and investigate here, because obviously the longer you spend in a particular location, the doom track goes up and pushes you through the game, which is a bit of a pain in the backside. So our last action, we will investigate. We need to skill check. So the darkness is 2, and we have a lore of 3. So hopefully we can beat it with a 0. So we drew a 0, so we take nothing off of our 3, which means we gain a clue. Okay, and that is the end of the investigator phase. We flip it over to let us know that we're done. So at the end of the investigator phase, the enemy phase begins. Enemies, hunters, blah blah blah, nothing else. Each enemy engaged, no enemies, nothing happens. Upkeep, so we reset our investigator. Each investigator draws a card and gains 1 resource. So we draw a card. And we check our hand size to make sure we've not got 8, which we haven't. And so there's our hand. And now we move to the first thing. So we place 1 doom on the agenda. And we draw a card. A doom card, and we have drawn a swarm of rats. and it's got the hunter keyword. So we've drawn an enemy, a swarm of rats. Because we've just drawn them, the hunter keyword means it goes to the enemy, the hero, the investigator with the most life, I believe. So the rats have stats on them. They have a skill check test of 1, so that means against my fight test, which is 4, I would need to beat their 1 in order to hit them. They have a life of 1, so 1 hit will kill them, and they have an evade value of 3. So my evade value is 2, their evade, agility, is a 3, so I'm already behind. The likelihood of me drawing a +1, I think there's only one +1 in the Chaos Cup, the Cup of Chaos. So the likelihood of me drawing that +1 is something like 16 to 1. So probably not going to happen. And on the enemy phase, they would hit me for 1 damage point, no horror. So if they're engaged with me when it comes to the enemy phase, they would hit me for 1. So as I've drawn a now I've got a beast with me. I think when you're in a location, the beast automatically engages me. So they engage me straight away. But what I do is I just put my face on it to let them know that I'm actually engaged with that creature. Okay, now it goes back to my turn. So if you are engaged with an enemy, if you do anything other than fight or evade or parlay, I think it is, the creature gets a free hit on you, a hit of opportunity. So I want to fight it. I don't want to take any damage early on, so I'm going to fight the creature, and it's only a rat, so it's fairly easy to kill. So again, first action I'm going to do is fight the rats. They have a value of 1 against my value of 4, so I need to equal or better it. So I have drawn a -1. A -1 puts me down to 3, kills the rats. So there you go away. So that's my first action done. Second action, I'm going to investigate. I'm not going to use any of my cards to do anything. So we investigate is a 0. I've investigated the study completely. So now I can choose, which is not an action, to advance the deck, which I will do. So this isn't an action, so I pay my 2 clue costs for the value, the cost to actually advance it. You flip it, and we have the following text written on there. Put into play and the set aside hallway, cellar, attic and parlour. Discard each enemy in the study. Place each investigator in the hallway. Remove the study. Okay, so that pops to the bottom. Study goes away. And now we bring into play the hallway and the other 3 locations. Each location has a colour on it. So you can see that the attic, cellar and parlour have colours on them. The colour at the bottom denotes which, so if I was in blue, I can only go to red. And again for this one, if I was in the cellar, I can only go to the red. And if I was in the parlour, I can only go to the red. The red is the hallway. So all of these places link to the hallway. From the hallway, you can go to any of these, but if I was in the parlour, I couldn't go directly to the attic, because they are not connected. So you would need to go, if I was in the cellar and I wanted to go to the attic, I would need to go back to the hallway and then into the attic. So each side is locked, so we lock each side up. The lock symbol is present. And I have 1 action left because it doesn't cost an action to advance the act deck. Okay, so I'm in the hallway. Let's flip it, see what happens. So you can investigate here if you want. There are no clues. The walls of your house are splattered with mud and your hardwood floor is gone. Replaced with a dirt path. Replaced with a dirt path. Okay. So I have 1 action left and I'm now in the hallway. So the options are, if I move, that costs one of my actions. So if you move into the attic, no doubt something will appear or cause me a bit of grief. So I think I may. So I think what we'd do for our last action is gain a resource for our 3rd action. And that is the investigation phase done. So we flip into the black and white side, like so. We're in the hallway, we've gone downstairs. Or no, we've got downstairs, we're in the hallway, the study's disappeared. So our next bit is after the investigation phase, we go to the enemy. Any enemies with the hunter? There are no enemies present. Upkeep, so we get back our investigator. We gain another resource. So there's another supply, and we draw a card. And we have Roland's 38 special, a gun. That's quite good for enemies. Costs 3, so this is an asset that we can play. It costs 3 to play, and it gives us 4 resources on there, but it gives us +1 on our fight stat, and it gives us +1 damage. And if there's clues on the location, we get +3 on the fight stat. So basically, the Ghoul Priest, which is a bit of a beast over there, when he comes out, we need the gun. Okay, so that's us done. Each investigator checks his hand size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're getting close. If you have 8 or more, you've got to, if you've got more than 8 cards, you've got to discard down to 8. So we go to the Mythos, place a Doom. What do we draw? An Ice Ghoul. So coming out of the deck, we have an Ice Ghoul. It's got a victory point associated with it. So in the campaign, at the end of the game, you tot up how many victory points you gained by either investigating areas or killing beasts with killing monsters with a victory point associated with it. So this one's got a fight value of 3, health of 4, which is a bit of a pain, and then evade of 4. So he spawns in the cellar, luckily. So he spawns there. He doesn't spawn anywhere near us, and he doesn't cause us any problems at the moment. And he's not a hunter, so he doesn't move around looking for us. So we probably won't be hitting the cellar anytime soon. I do have a really good asset, which is a Dynamite Blast. A really good event, which is a Dynamite Blast, and it does 3 damage. I can toss a stick of dynamite into another room. Yeah, I can toss a stick of damage into another room and do damage there. So, okay, let's have a look then. It's now the investigation phase. I didn't mention the barrier. So Act 2A, the objective here is we need to investigate from the hallway. And it's 3. So it's 3 times 1. So we need 3 clues on there to get out of this area. We need to be in the hallway to do so. We can't investigate from any of the other rooms. So I can't go to the parlour. The entrance to the parlour is blocked by a darkly glowing blah-de-blah. You cannot move there. So we can't get to the parlour. Excuse me. So we're going to move for our first action into the attic. Let's flip the attic. This is what materializes. Forced, after you enter the attic, take 1 horror. So we take a hit. Like so. We have 2 clues on there. And the attic is a lovely light room, so there's not much darkness in the attic, so we've only got an investigation value of 1. So let's see, gain 3 resources. So for that was my first action. I went into the attic. My second action, I'm going to gain 3 resources. 1, 2, 3. Like so. Should we investigate at the moment? No, I'm going to stay put. And I'm going to see. That's going to advance next time anyway. We need to be a bit swift, don't we? So yeah, for my last action, how many cards have we got? So I can play the gun next round. If I play the gun next round, spend 1 ammo. So what I'll do is I'll investigate in the attic. So I have an investigation value of 3 compared to the attic's 1, and I have 0. Success. So I have investigated once. That is the end of my round. Enemies attack. Nope. Hunters move. Nothing. Upkeep. Flipping back. Gain a resource. Gain a card. So we have the Old Book of Lore. We have 7 in our hands. And now we advance the agenda. The Doom deck advances. Another one goes on. That makes 3. So let's see what happens. You flip it. And it states the lead investigator must decide, choose one. Either each investigator discards 1 card at random from his or her hand, or the lead investigator takes 2 horror. That isn't good because Roland's horror value is only 5, so I'm going to discard a card at random. And if I throw away the gun now, I'm going to be gutted because I've been building supply to actually use that gun. So cards are shuffled, and we will choose that one. What is trying to say? The .45 automatic goes away. We lose it. So we've still got Roland's gun. Yeah, we've still got Roland's 38 special. Okie dokie, so we've advanced that. So now we need to draw from the encounter deck. And we have a ghoul minion. So we have a net of ghouls just appeared in the attic. It does 1 and 1 damage, so it does 1 horror and 1 physical damage to us. And it's 2, 2 and 2 at the top. So he automatically engages with us when he's drawn. So we are engaged with that ghoul. He's with us now, so we can't do anything except, really we can't do anything because we don't want to take 2 hits from him. So we're going to have to fight. That includes even if I wanted to play my gun, he would take a free swipe at me, a hit of opportunity. So we will have to, what's he got, 2. So I'm going to just fight him straight out. So we will have, I could actually buff it, let's see. I can only do 2 damage. Fast, play during your turn, and in a turn you may use your lore in place of your agility. Yes. If I play the gun, he hits me 1 and 1. Then I will kill it with 1 extra damage in 1 swoop. So that's still 2 actions, but I've got the gun in play. So otherwise I've got to use 2 actions to kill it. Where I want to be really, let's see, is a risk of either taking 1 and 1, so 1 horror, 1 physical damage to play the gun, and then fighting it. Because evade is probably not going to work. I've got 2 evade. I could bolster my evade to exhaust the creature. So that's still going to cost me an action and a card. So what I think I would do is, should I just fight it twice? No, because, well, I've got 7 on the agenda and I'm not doing too bad. But I want to get the gun in. So for the sake of the video, let's get the gun in. Play 3 resources. The creature hits me with a hit of opportunity. So it takes 1 damage and 1 damage. Still engaged. My gun gains 3 resources. Sorry, does it gain 3 or 4? 4. So my gun gains 4 ammo. Now I will fight the ghoul minion using my gun. So it gives me, I have a value of 4 fight. Spend 1 ammo, fight, you get +1 for the stat. If there are 1 or more clues on your location, get +3. So my fight value is now 7 and I do +1 damage. So let's see, fight value is 7. -4, bloody hell, it takes me down to 3. I still kill the ghoul and I do 2 damage to it. So it takes 2 hits and it goes away. No victory points on that ghoul. So the ghoul is dead. So that was a card play where I took a hit. I attacked for my 2nd, so I've still got 1 action left. And I will investigate the attic. So I have an investigation value of 3 compared to what I'm drawing is -1, so that's a 2. Investigation is successful, so I now have 2 clues. And the attic is investigated. So there's a victory point on the attic. So it's basically if you successfully investigate or remove all clues from a location with a victory point value, you get to add it for your experience at the end of the round. So he's all done. Enemy phase. No enemies, no hunters. We restore. 1 resource goes into my pool and I get 1 card. It's a vicious blow. If this skill test is successful during an attack, this attack deals +1 damage. So you can you have a fist icon there that you can actually play to bolster your skill checks. Every card has them. So each card has icons that you can play. You can just discard the card without actually paying the value. So if I wanted to throw away my Dynamite Blast, which is quite a strong card, I could throw it away just to get myself +1 intellect test, I believe. So I don't tend to do that a lot. I think I need to do it more, which is probably why the game kicks my backside a little bit. And we are done there, so we're moving into the Mythos. So that's +1 Doom. And we draw a card, and it is a ghoul minion. Again, exactly the same creature has appeared. It is engaged with me, like so. And he's not a hunter, nothing like that. Doesn't attack because he's just appeared. And we go to the investigation phase. So what I'm going to try and do, let's see if I can evade. So I'm going to, rather than fight the ghoul minion, no, see, evade is an action. So, but it exhausts the ghoul minion. I don't need to go back into the attic, so I could just leave him there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to evade the ghoul minion. So my agility value on Roland's card is a 2, and the ghoul minion's evade value is a 2. So I'm going to play Unexpected Courage, which gives me 2 question marks to add to my skill test, which makes my evade a 4. So as long as I don't get, let's see, oh, drew 2. That's not good. Let's see. It was a -1 as well. I needed that. I have drawn a -3. Are you kidding? So my 4 comes to a 1 and I do not evade. Nothing happens. Damn it. So that's my first action gone. And I wasted a card. Unbelievable. I don't want to waste time here, but if I move, it comes with me and it takes a whack. If you're engaged in an enemy, fight, evade, or resign. So if I move, he comes with me, stays engaged, and he hits me. And I definitely can't take any more hits with the horror. So I'm going to have to sod him well, kill it. So I'm going to use the gun. There's no clues on the location, so I only get a +1. So I have a 5 fight, but I do get +1 damage. So I have drawn from the cup -3. So I have a 5 against his 2. So that's great. You equal it. 2 damage going in. So I've killed another ghoul, pain in the ass. And my last action, I'm going to move to the hallway. So he's all done. Enemies with the hunter, nothing there. So I gain a resource and draw a card. We have a dodge. That's not bad, a dodge. It's a good one. A card with a fast keyword is something that you can play during another phase. So during the enemy attack, if it attacks you, you can pay the resource cost. And because it's got the fast keyword, it comes into play straight away. And so the dodge is quite a good one to have. Right, so Roland's only got 2 bullets left on his 38 special. That's not good, ideally. So we have moved to the Doom, and we draw. And it's another bloody ghoul. Right, so this is a ravenous ghoul. So prey, lowest remaining health. So prey means it comes into play at a location. If there was more than one investigator here, it would engage with the investigator with the lowest health. Obviously, there's only me here, so it comes to me. He deals 1 in 1, but he's got higher stats this time. The ravenous ghoul, he's a 3, 3, and 3. So evading him is going to be even more difficult for me because I can't evade, which means and shooting him, I'm only going to do 2 damage at most when I shoot him. So that isn't ideal at the moment because I need to get to the cellar because I need to investigate. I can deal +1 damage on my attack, so I'm going to have to use yet another bullet. So I'm using another bullet. I'm attacking that bloody thing. So there are no clues there, which means I get a +1, so I'm on 5. I'm going to play Vicious Blow, which gives me a +1 damage. So I've got the ability to do 3 damage, a 5 versus a 3. I really need a good draw. Come on, give me something good. We'll have that one. A -3. And I failed the skill test. Bugger. Fight +1, so I have 5. So I wasted a bullet, wasted a card. Actually, the skill, no, I don't think that icon counts. I don't think this icon, I don't think is part of the skill test, the card text. I think if you play it as the card text, which I did, it's during an attack you get +1 damage, and that was the reason I played it as a skill. I don't think you get the +1 on the attack there. So I failed that attack because I drew a -3. Nothing happened. I swung and I missed. I used the bullet as well. This is getting a bit grim now because we're fast running out of options. If I move, I take a hit and he hits 1 in 1. and if I enter the cellar, that sod will engage me. Right. Okay. So I don't want to, can't throw the dynamite. I can't do anything like that. After you defeat an enemy, discover one clue. Oh, see, I forgot to do that. On every investigator card, they have some card text, and I've defeated a couple of enemies. So down here, I could have saved one of my clues. I should have actually got a clue when I killed the beast. Forgot that. Ah, bugger. Never mind. You live and learn. That's the problem. The problem with most of these games is actually keeping track of the stats and doing the admin, the general upkeep. So earlier on, I killed a beast there, and I had one clue left. And I think my third action, I investigated when obviously that clue would have been in my pocket already, and I could have moved, and then yeah, I'd have been in a better position. But never mind. You live and learn. Hey ho. So I've not really got anything in my hand. Well, I've got an evade. I can evade with the barricade, which gives me a 3. But the odds of me drawing anything half decent. I mean, how many cards can you commit to a skill test? Can I commit multiple cards? Let me check.